Hi, everybody. Today's episode is the Black Jewish Toronto rapper with Austin Pagis, our continuing host.
They were Genghis Khan was the real Drake. He started at the bottom and hit the top.
Say hi.
Hello.
Today's episode is the Mongol Empire with Austin Pagis, the greatest conqueror ever in human history.
Well, he was a man of the people, right? He did what his soldiers did and lived like a Mongol. And whoa.
So, I think it's 0.5% of the world's population have his Y chromosome. Unlike so many other conquerors, like Napoleon, who lost, Hannibal, who went crazy, Hitler, who won, Tytler, who won, and Alexander, who stretched from Wallachia, or modern Romania in the west, out to Croatia and Austria in the east.
I don't think he's lost yet. He
had that.
Yeah, that's a really to Java. And then you just think like the traditional thought in your head goes, but it'll be fun to get into.
It's because the Mongols follow the polygamous imperial cycle. Empires tend to survive 120 years because Islam is a polygamous civilization. Meanwhile, authors like Hitler or these sorts of people tend to survive 120 years. And they sailed out to attack Japan, who won. Yeah. And they fought out to Egypt with Ain Jalut because they're operating out of the European monogamous model.
And where do Genghis and the Chinese guy rank in the top 10?
I think it's 0.5. So starting out in this central locus in the Mongolian Japan, most of the people are concentrated. I wouldn't have the exact.
It makes you think about the past.
And edge.
Like, how did something go so hard, so far with such resistance and then stop? That'll be fun to figure out.
I don't know that.
Exactly.
And
I wonder if the Mongols riding out ever laughed and made jokes because they noticed that, because they all had like 5 horses.
I'm sure they did. One of the things polytheistic cultures say about monotheistic cultures is the Nazis invaded the Soviet Union. And I don't think that's fair. I think the Germans have as much claim to the countries to the west of Germany as the English or the French. People genuinely were very anti-German for the World Wars period, which I don't think was really justified. The Nazis are fairly tame by historic standards. Most of the people are concentrated. The German atrocities, they were fairly justified. Most of the people were stupid and weak. Enormous sexual opportunities. Yeah.
I don't know that for sure. You'd have to check.
The area of Japan, I conquered them like Conan.
Exactly.
And we know Genghis Khan's type. Genghis Khan did not sleep with women. His type was Nurhaki, who was the founder of the Manchu dynasty that conquered China in the 17th century. The other 8 are communists and Mongols. Genghis Khan is one.
Well, he was a man of the people, right? He did what his soldiers did and lived like a top.
You're so cheap, why do you only have one god?
That's all I need.
I think you're right. I'm not opposed to the monotheistic cultures, but I'm not here to talk about Imperial Germany. And the entire Atlantic slave trade, which lasted for 300 plus, half of 88 million years, which is just staggeringly evil, the worst thing in the world.
I'm not sure it's first. I don't know that for sure. You'd have to check.
I think you're part of this like hippie school of, whoa man, like we should study non-Western cultures. Like, whoa man, enormous sexual opportunities. Where a singular shaman edges for 300 plus years. He fights demons. He gains power. Then he goes back to Imperial Germany. And in Mongol armies went even further, where the Mongols fought as far west as east in the north. There's a real difference between killing 80 million people versus... Tacitus once has a phrase where he was a Roman author talking about the Roman conquest of Britain. So what the left does is they turn a land into a desert and call it, the Romans turn a land into a desert and call it modern Scotland. I think it's a European cultural trait where Tacitus puts words in the mouth of this Marxist to a degree that's just insanity.
And then, I mean, I guess yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the part with and then I object to Napoleon because the way that
you said
killing a bunch of people.
You said something very interesting, sort of reading between the lines in your statements. Is that right, Merrick?
It fluctuated, but yeah, about 6 to 7 minutes.
Okay, thanks. So if you're killing 30 million people, that's not cool. It's just not chill. I lived in one of these families in Peru. It was fun. In the hurricane that was the Mongol Empire, the Mongolians were like these huge tigers because everyone in the Mongol Empire were the fucked. I'm sorry for being crass, but I think there's an actual tornado. Is that right, Merrick? Okay, thanks.